Man, listen, how does a wellness check on a 27-year-old man locked in a McDonald's bathroom for over an hour turn into that same man dying in police custody just moments later? Today, we're going to dive straight into exactly what happened. Man, what's up, family? I'm glad you pulled up, and I appreciate you for tapping in to another edition of Just or Just Simply Wrong. Today, we have the full body cam to find out exactly what happened in this incident. We're going to break it down step by step to find out how officers approached the scene, how things escalated, and how the decisions led to this tragic outcome. Now stay tuned as we dive into these details. But first, make sure you hit like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos.
Hello, I'm Riverside Police Chief Larry Gonzalez, and I want to share information with you regarding a critical incident involving our officers that took place on Friday, June 20th, 2025. In this case, the person arrested later died at the hospital while in police custody.
Hi, just I want to let you know right now I have one person in the restroom, have more than 1 hour inside, and he's no answer.
So when you go to knock on the door, does the person say anything?
A lot of people go and knock the door, and he's no answer, nothing. He's not in more than 1 hour.
Some portions of these videos may be disturbing and are not suitable for children or individuals sensitive to graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now, when looking at body cam footage, it's always important to note the timestamps. We see that the moment the officer walks into the bathroom to make contact with Peter is at 6:45 a.m.
You've been in here for over an hour.
No, I just got here like 6 o'clock in the morning.
You've been here for over an hour, and the employees want you to leave. You need to come out now. What was that? I can't hear you. Yeah, well, you're being trespassed because you've been in here for over an hour. You hear me?
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Now, it's important to note that that beep sound that you heard, that was the body cam turning on. The silence beforehand and then the beep, the body cam was off, and the beep indicates that the body cam has started recording. So at that point, we don't know the initial conversation he had with the store manager. We don't know the conversation he had with any witnesses in the area. We don't even know the first words of contact that he had with Peter when he walked into the bathroom, because the body cam came on late. So it's important that we have those body cams on the moment we step on scene.
243 open code 4, you can cancel fire and AMR.
So at this point, what you heard him say was basically, hey, I've made contact and you can cancel fire and EMS. I don't think that was a good call, because for one, you canceled fire and EMS and you haven't made contact with Peter. You haven't laid eyes on Peter. You haven't done a wellness check on Peter. You've only heard a voice through the door. You don't know what's going on behind that door. And the fact that you canceled fire and EMS, although he refused it, you should have that discretion to say, we're going to wait until we lay eyes on this guy that's been locked behind this door for over an hour to make sure he doesn't need any medical attention, because you canceled it ahead of time without knowing the full scope of the situation.
What's your first name? Yes, it does. What's your first name? You're being trespassed. So what's your first name? What was that? It means you're not allowed to come back here anymore. At all. What is your first name?
My name's Peter.
What?
Peter.
Peter? Peter, what's your last name? Spell it for me.
I'm kind of in the restroom.
Peter, how do you spell your last name? Is that B as in boy?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so?
B-I-L-L-O.
So say it again. Say it slow.
B-I-L-L-A-L-O.
B-I-L-L-A-L-O?
Yeah, B-I-L-L.
So B-I-L-L-A-L-O.
B-O-L-L.
Okay, and then what is your date of birth?
May 9th.
What?
May 9th.
Of what year?
May.
What?
May.
May 9th of what year?
98.
98?
All right, so at this point, he has identified Peter verbally. He has Peter's name. Peter spelled his name. And not only that, Peter also gave the officer his date of birth, month, day, and year. And I want to also note that in the top right corner, you can also see the time says 6:48. So within 3 minutes of walking in the restroom and making contact with Peter, within 3 minutes, he has Peter's name, date of birth, and not only that, Peter also took his time to spell it out for him. Within 5 minutes, Peter's out the bathroom.
Why did you just lock that door?
So right here, we see that within 5 minutes, the officer was able to make contact with Peter, lay eyes on Peter, get Peter's name, have Peter spell it out for him, get Peter's date of birth. So at this point, I would say that Peter's being pretty compliant and also within a timely manner. I don't feel 5 minutes getting yourself together in the bathroom stall is too much for an officer. So let's continue with the body cam and see where it goes from here.
I'm gonna go over by my vehicle. You're gonna stay over by my vehicle while I verify your identity. Right over here. Lean up against my bumper.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going.
I said lean up against my bumper.
I'm too young.
What?
I'm too young. I'm not going with you, dude.
What do you mean you're not going with me?
No, I'm just a kid. I can't.
I told you that you're gonna lean up here while I verify your ID.
I'm not going to jail.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm not doing that. I don't have to do that.
Lean up against the.
I don't have to. I'm not a kid. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just not a kid.
Around.
I'm not going to help me with it.
Turn around.
No, you can't hurt me. I just came out the
Turn
room.
around.
You can't hurt me, though. No, I'm not doing that.
Turn around.
Hey,
You're gonna make me call. You're gonna make me call for somebody else to
I don't
go.
give a going on for, dog.
Hey,
I'm not.
then just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying put your hands on the hood. I'm telling you to lean up against my vehicle.
Oh.
So turn around.
I don't have to do that.
Turn around. I'm verifying your ID because you're being trespassed.
Well, everybody else is trespassing.
Maybe if you would have listened the first time, you wouldn't be trespassed. But you didn't listen the first time. So they want you trespassed. Did you give me your real identity or did you give me a fake identity?
My real identity. I'm not doing this.
Turn around.
I'm not doing this.
Turn around. Turn around.
I'm not going with you.
Turn around. You hear me?
I'm not doing it.
So at this point, the officer is basically telling Peter that at this point he's being detained for not identifying himself and or falsely identifying himself. But the name Peter gave in the beginning of the video and how he spelled it, and the name that he gave here outside in front of the police cruiser and how he spelled it matches. The only differences I can see is the officer mistaking the first letter of his last name for a B when it was a V. However, at this point, Peter has complied to all commands. He came out of the bathroom stall. He identified himself, gave his name. He spelled it. Inside the bathroom, he gave his date of birth, month, day, and year. But the officer seems like did not write it down. So now that they're outside, the officer is asking him again to identify himself. And he's getting frustrated. Where was it earlier when you asked? Were you just asking just because? Did you not write it down when he gave it to you before? Because at this point, Peter has followed commands. So why he's being detained for not identifying himself when clearly in the video, not even 3 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, he just identified himself.
And we're going to put you in the backseat of my car. I'm going to take you to jail if you do not comply.
Okay, I'm going to comply with you.
Then put your hands behind your back right
not gonna do
now
that.
until I verify your identity. Once I verify your identity, I will let you go.
What do you mean my identity? What are you talking about?
Who you are.
This officer that arrived, if you ask me, this is your typical neighborhood officer. Looks like he's about 6 feet tall, bald head, shades on the back, uniform too small, arms bulging out. At this moment, we can pretty much guess what's going to happen next. And unfortunately for Peter, it takes a bad turn. Now, I'm not going to show too much of that in my video. However, the link to the full body cam footage will be in the description. What we can say up to this point, it's never okay to resist arrest in any situation, whether you're right or wrong. However, a guy like Peter, who may not be in his right mental state, he may not know no better. Now, Peter's mom reported that he does suffer from schizophrenia. I feel like in this situation, there was ample enough time for those officers to get Peter evaluated before it was time to go hands-on. Maybe a certified officer that's trained to deal with people with mental health disorders should have came there versus Mr. Macho Man, who was ready to throw a forearm in the back of his head. I mean, Peter caught elbows, punches to the spleen, punches to the back of the head. Peter was slammed on the ground, and it went on for quite a while, to the point where Peter had to receive medical attention on scene.
What? I'm too hurt. What hurts? My arms. Okay, what else? I need some water. Get that from here. I need you to sit. Yeah, Lobos?
I got his, I don't got his date of birth.
We clearly see the date of birth written on the paper right there. It says 5/9/98.
Good morning. This is Peter. Here's the police. He's a 27-year-old male. So chief complaint's going to be full body cane. He was detained by 2 police officers today. He got trespassed from McDonald's. He was being combative and agitated. Tried to run from them. They did have to restrain him physically. Did do some closed fist blows to the head, along with some elbows. Got some contusions to the forehead and to the nose.
All right, family, we're going to leave it right here. This case highlights why police transparency is so critical. Body cam should be turned on the moment a police officer steps out of his car. That is vital to police accountability. And unfortunately, like always, we have to talk about police use of force, because situations like this shows us there's a lot of work to be done. We need officers to do better. And as a community, we have to push for things like mental health evaluations on the scene of an incident. His mom alleges that he's been suffering from schizophrenia for a while now. I'm no healthcare professional, nor is this legal advice, but from what I can see from Peter's behavior, it seems like he did have problems. I don't see why not at any point before the officers went hands-on, why they weren't able to get an officer that was trained with dealing with mental health people to the scene. I feel in this situation, the officer escalated it himself. Peter wasn't a threat, nor was he showing any violence or signs that he was going to run away from them. So that we can like this video to spread it through the algorithm, share it to our friends, and subscribe so that we can catch more messages like this. I appreciate you all for tapping in with me. I hope you check out some of my previous videos, and I'll see you next time.